Evening, miss. I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
Okay.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I've got responsibilities. And it's not like I've got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reid, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
What can you tell me about...
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Okay.
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too, I really do. I know I'm her boss, and I'm much older and all. But I like her, for sure.
What is bothering you, then?
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
Okay. Ja, ist nix. Jetzt mal einmal hier hoch. Eine Glasviole. Schön, dass wir hier einfach alles aufmachen können. Und es juckt überhaupt keinen.
Be he cursed or not, he's just another.
Aber hier kann ich nicht schlafen. Hier habe ich, glaube ich, schon einfach alles aufgemacht und untersucht und so. Ja. Okay.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Flitzen wir nochmal hier hinter ganz kurz. Dann ist aber sonst auch nichts. Nichts, 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 nichts. Nichts, nichts,
You know,
nichts,
it would be
nichts,
nice to
nichts.
see each other outside the pub sometime.
This situation won't last forever. After, we'll have plenty of time to plan the future.
Good thing we haven't seen Sing.
Hier ist auch nichts.
Even Dyson has not come in.
Gut.
The pub's become right peaceful, don't you think?
Wo war denn eigentlich die Unterkunft jetzt hier? Ach, da oben. Aber ich kann immer noch nirgendwo sonst rein. Das ist die Cox. Ja. Unbekannt.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Halt's
Dr.
Maul.
Jonathan Reid, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me about the...
Things ain't that bad, thanks.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're...
Are you...
Something.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
Der ist gesund. Okay. Okay. Sonst ist hier nichts.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Ah, Mr. Digby. Keine Sorge. Dich saug ich auch noch aus. Hm.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely amok.
Ah ja, laber du. Hab schon alles aufgemacht. Push da einmal hoch.
Got no idea who he's dealing with.
Und wir gehen einmal in den Unterschlupf. Ich würde gern hier einmal kurz schauen. Konzept unbekannt, ja, das wissen wir ja. Was haben wir denn so Schönes? Ein Parfümflakon. Rostige Pillendose. Okay. Das ist spannend. Gegen Erschöpfung, gegen Blutarmut, Blutvergiftung, Lungenentzündung, Bronchitis und Erkältung. Das lassen wir erstmal. Sind hier Ratten drin? Nö. Da unten auch nicht, ne? Nee. Gut. Dann würde ich denken, wir pennen jetzt erstmal. Schauen mal, wie sich alles so ausgewirkt hat. 1380 haben wir. $2000. Alter. Kostet 1300. $600. Wir bestätigen. Und ich bin gespannt, welche Auswirkungen all das hat. Ihn haben wir jetzt geheilt. Tatsächlich, ihn haben wir geheilt. Hier fehlen uns noch ein paar Hinweise. Oh, 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 was ist denn hier passiert? Erschöpfung, Erschöpfung, Erkältung, Erkältung. Also wir haben Erschöpfung und Erkältung ganz oft. Wir haben einmal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mal. Oh Gott, das hat mich verzählt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mal Erschöpfung. Und zweimal Erkältung. Das war jetzt... Nein, das wollte ich nicht. Ich wollte an den Tisch. Eins, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2. Gut. Dann werden wir jetzt zurück ins Krankenhaus gehen. Wir nehmen mal den Wegpunkt, den nehmen wir mal raus. Nehmen den mal rein. Also, so.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing.
Someone's playing a right strange game. Now I'm gonna find out. Get it!
Die respawnen, das ist so unfair. Shit. Ja. Also das Respawnen finde ich persönlich nicht so dolle. Muss ich ganz ehrlich gestehen. Macht auch nicht viel Sinn. So, Kinder. Wo ist denn deine Handtasche? Da. Ih, was ist denn hier passiert? Ich glaube, ich bin hier völlig falsch, ne? Wie kann denn das jetzt hier passiert sein, dass das auf einmal so komisch ist hier? Nee, ach Gott, nee. Wirklich, nö. Nee, ist so. Steck die Waffe wieder ein. Steck sie wieder ein. Steckst du sie bitte ein? Hier müssen wir rein, ne? Warum sind die jetzt alle krank? Erschöpfung. Der ist da. Ah, hier, guck mal hier.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reid.
Halt's Maul.
We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Alter.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Is there anything else?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reid. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
So, gut. Erholt sich, ist gesund. Erholt sich, wo ist sie? Erholt sich. Hä? Ach, hier, guck mal hier. Einmal.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reid.
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
Sehr gern.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Sehr, sehr gern. So. Dann. Wo sind denn die anderen Gesichter her? Erholt sich, erholt sich. Da ist sonst niemand. Sie erholt sich jetzt. Huch, Tür. Hier, Milton.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
Do you need any medical...
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. And thanks, anyway.
Goodbye, Milton.
Sie ist gesund. Gesund. Du bist krank.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine, as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reid. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan
Du bist gesund. Dann haben wir hier noch die Dame da drüben. Erholt sich. Sie leidet hier noch. Wo ist sie? Da. Er ist gesund. Sie leidet an Erschöpfung.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Gut. Dann schauen wir doch noch mal. Du bist gesund soweit. Du erholst dich. Du bist gesund. Ich frage mich nur trotzdem. Ich gucke noch mal ganz kurz auf die Karte. Erholt sich. Erholt sich. Haben wir. Haben wir. Ach, Newton, der ist noch krank. Und Rakesh. Newton und Rakesh. Mortimer. Ja, ja.
My sweet girl.
Wo sind die? Das ist jetzt die Frage. Du erholst dich. Milton erholt sich. Haben. Hä?
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Callaghan fellow.
Wer bist du? Keine. Aber hier war doch gerade irgendwas.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. Never forgive anything from her.
This hospital seems to be falling apart.
Good
But
evening,
in the
sir.
circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Ich bin verwirrt.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Ach, da ist er. Oh Gott.
Good evening, Doc. Do you need medical... Well, the proximity of the dead. Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Gut, dann hätten wir den. Jetzt brauchen wir eigentlich nur noch einen. Irgendwas ist mit ihm.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Das ist irgendwie verwirrend. Sag ich jetzt mal ganz ehrlich, das finde ich irgendwie sehr verwirrend alles. So. Ich suche auch nach wie vor nach der Tussi. Da ist er. Mit ihm wollte ich ja gerne noch mal reden. Reden?
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir. I need more information first.
All right. What do you want to know?
Do you need medical...
Afraid so.
Auch ihm geben wir
Throughout
schnell die
history,
Medizin.
some diseases have done more damage.
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you?
Errungenschaft Hippokratischer Eid.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Gut, wir haben eine Errungenschaft Hippokratischer Eid freigeschaltet. Und ich bin immer noch auf der Suche nach der Tussi, die einfach spurlos verschwunden ist. Was wir jetzt machen werden, ich werde jetzt mal nach oben gehen. Dr. Tippets. Pippa. Aber die werden mir ja hier selbst nach... Von oben werden sie mir angezeigt. Okay, also daran liegt es also nicht. Dr. Swansea, wie sieht's denn aus hier? Mein Freund? Wie geht's denn dir so?
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have met...
She's a fascinating woman, wouldn't you agree?
She told me you've been doing all in your power to cure her addiction for blood. Though unsuccessful, it's admirable.
Lady Ashbury is a cherished friend of mine. I would not betray her secrets without her consent. Come to the rescue of a damsel in distress. I ask nothing more.
The matter of Lady...
I know too much about this matter already.
I have just...
Then ask away.
Since you seem quite the...
As men of science, our first...
The sun. The morning...
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
You mentioned something...
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Since I'm the one working for...
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope.
Where do we stand today?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skal, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity.
A Skal is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
How do Skals come into existence?
The name means slave.
Okay, gut. Ich habe es jetzt trotzdem mal ein bisschen beschleunigt.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Weil ich gerne eine Aufnahmepause machen möchte. Es wundert mich trotzdem, dass diese Tussi halt einfach komplett verschwunden ist. Das ist ja echt irgendwie so ganz komisch, oder? Hier kann ich immer noch nicht rein, ne? Nee. Und wie kann denn jemand so komplett verschwinden? Also nicht komplett von der Sichtfläche. Die waren die ganze Zeit da. Das war immer hier. Ach, ich dachte jetzt schon, jetzt wäre sie wieder da. Das wäre es jetzt gewesen. Das würde ja bedeuten, dass sie gestorben ist. Nun gut, was auch immer. Ich möchte eine Aufnahmepause machen. Aus diesem Grund werden wir jetzt in unseren Unterschlupf gehen. Gucken wir auch mal kurz hier, was es Neues gibt. Nee. Da kann man nicht rein. Ah, ich weiß, wir haben ganz viel zu tun. Oh Gott. Aber nichtsdestotrotz. Haben wir jetzt nur 410 irgendwie. Was nicht viel ist. Wirklich nicht viel. 1000, okay. Der Blutsperr kostet auch 1000. Ne? Gerinnung 600. 500. Okay. Wir sammeln die. Tatsächlich steigert es sich wieder. Mal kurz hier gucken. Hier ist es stabil. Bleibt bedenklich, hier kennen wir an niemanden. Bleibt stabil. Und damit haben wir alle Sachen stabil. Und Schnucki und ich verabschieden uns für die heutige Aufnahmesession. Glaube ich, es sei denn, ich werde jetzt gerade nochmal die Versuchung, es nochmal zu starten. Aber vielen Dank. Macht es gut.